Hello, everyone. This is JVL here with my best friend, Sarah Longwell, publisher of the Bulwark. And Sarah is playing hurt. She was in an intense rugby match the other day. Oh no, that's not how you injured yourself, is it?
These are lies. I have been, because if you recall, if you've been with us for a long time, you know that JVL and I, one time we went through a Peloton phase.
A yoga phase?
COVID, you went through a yoga phase, a namaste phase. None of those phases held. But I am back in the gym.
Yeah.
I have a 25-year-old trainer who's been kicking my ass regularly. She is great. But today she was like, I got a new machine. I cannot wait to try out this new machine.
What is it?
And it's this freaking contraption where it's like the shoulders. It's like a leg press, but the weight's up on the shoulders. Okay.
Are you squatting?
Yeah, it's squatting. But it's on a machine. Right. But I squat with the bar all the time. It's my favorite exercise.
Great.
I have strong quadriceps. I'm a sturdy person from Pennsylvania. I climbed on this machine with all the confidence in the world. And I unlatched it and I went deep and I pushed back up and I went,
Did you get all the way back up or did she have to rescue you?
No. So here's what happened. Oh, this is the worst. I'm the worst like this. I didn't say anything at first.
Of course not.
And so I did my first.
Don't show weakness.
No, I know weakness. That's right. I learned this from Whiplash and Tar. You never show weakness. I don't show weakness in front of some 25-year-old former gymnast who can do all the things. So, but it was in the second set where I was like, Kamaria, I gotta stop. It's too. And then I hobbled around the gym for the rest of the session. I couldn't pick up my water bottle. And you know what, JJ?
Dearie, could you reach that for me, dearie?
She kept being like, I'll pick it up. All the trainers, they're all children, are all like, what happened to you? And here's the thing.
Do they call you ma'am?
This baby face, oftentimes people think I'm younger, but I am 45 years old and my lower back can't take it. And I am barely walking now. I'm barely walking. But it reminded me that just like, as you mentioned sometimes, your receding hairline is a reminder that you embrace your mortality.
That's right.
Me, unable to walk right now with shooting pains down my back, is a reminder that we are all of us, every one of us, getting older every day. Do you know who else is getting older?
I mean, everyone. But specifically,
Who? Specifically, the President of the United States.
Ooh, he doesn't look good.
Did you hear him? Did you watch his press conference?
Hold off on the candy. Can we delay on the candy for 2 minutes? I want to talk about just a couple other things. First for viewers, when Sarah texted me and said, my back, boy, I jacked my back up. And I immediately said, are you shot up full of painkillers like Elaine Bennis? She did not get the reference because Sarah is not a Seinfeld watcher.
I'm not.
In the comments, if you would like Sarah to embark on the journey of discovery that is Seinfeld on Netflix, please let us know because I feel like she needs this in her life and that she'll love it.
Yeah, to be fair, I grew up in the age of Seinfeld.
Yeah.
And so I have seen many individual episodes. I get most of the references. However, it is not something I watched. And even now, I don't know, man. I'm not sure Larry David. This is going to cause pandemonium in the comments. I want to hear it. But Larry David was just not really for me. I recently tried watching Curb Your Enthusiasm for the first time. I can't watch it.
So here's I do not care for Curb Your Enthusiasm either. And it is because the unstructured nature of Larry David and his cringe comedy is not quite for me.
Yeah.
And I think that what the Seinfeld years where Larry David was co-running the show with him did was it really melded the strongest parts of both of them. So it melded, Jerry as a writer was just one of the best comedy writers ever. He, as a performer, Jerry was not aces, but the guy could write. And his tightness and precision mixed with Larry David's sort of looseness in comedy, I think creates like a perfect blend. And
you know what it is? I'll tell you actually, one of my problems. I hate the character of Kramer.
Oh, sure.
I find that character unwatchable.
Interesting.
The bit of him walking in the door all, spazzy, just like never did it for me.
Okay. Well,
but I will say, I think I gave Curb a try in such recent memory that Cheryl Hines is the wife in it. And I also think part of it was I was like, nope, I can't watch you. You somehow have married RFK and have stayed married to him while he has not only tried to, he's obviously doing all kinds of extracurricular things, but it's not even that, like what he is doing to the country.
We got a measles outbreak right now.
We are in the middle of a measles outbreak right now. Maha, baby. So anyway, anybody who stands by that guy and is married to that guy and isn't speaking out to say, no dice for me.
Truth. So I
just even talking about here.
You're back. This is all about your back. People who remember the episode where Elaine goes down to Boca Vista with Jerry and she sleeps on the pull-out sofa with the bar in the middle of it, and then she takes the muscle relaxants, and then so she's loopy as anything, and I don't know what they wind up at some event, and Elaine is just coming out going, Stella, doing her brand. The whole thing is on just a perfect 22 minutes of comedy.
Okay, great.
So I wanted to do just like 2 minutes on Donald Trump, the president of the United States, who has previously gone on CBS News and talked about how great the new head of CBS News, Barry Weiss, is and how tremendous she is. Because I guess she's impartial and fearless. That would be why Donald Trump says you're so good. Well, he said at the Kennedy Center that it is important that CNN gets sold because he is now knee-deep in the giant fight over Warner Brothers Discovery, in which Netflix has reached a deal with the Warner's Discovery board to purchase the company, and David Ellison is launching a hostile takeover bid. And I wrote about this yesterday because what you have is a situation in which David Ellison wants a bunch of the business parts of Warner Discovery. And he, as a business matter, could care less about CNN because CNN is a distant third place network and is part of a declining sector, which is linear cable news, and is declining revenues year over year. And it's just a bad business, and it's a declining business. Trump only cares about this merger from the perspective of CNN and getting CNN. And so it's this overlap of, well, the oligarch understands that he doesn't particularly want to be in this other business, but in order to get the merger that he wants, he needs the president to apply pressure for him. And the way to get the president to apply pressure for him is to promise to take the declining cable network and Trumpify it and do to him. Same with CBS News, right? I mean, David Ellison CBS News was with the Paramount merger, like utterly unimportant. It's a small division that makes absolutely no difference for what he was trying to do with Skydance and Paramount. But from Trump's perspective, the only reason he was pushing to get that merger through was to get CBS under Ellison's control.
Yes.
And all of this just, I don't want to sound like a hippie and a crazy person, but it does highlight the weaknesses of corporate media.
Mm-hmm. So, and to prove to you that I read your triads, one of my favorites that you have written, and one in which, look, ideas are free. You can't steal them. But sometimes I steal yours. Sometimes we all steal each other's. But one that I think you have been really right about, and why I think this is important. Some people don't think these media stories are important. These media stories, to me, they're not everything, but they are a big chunk of what is happening right now, and they have huge implications for the future. One of the things I think you were deeply correct about was a media like ours, a free and independent media, like for a democracy, like it can't survive a president who is trying to put his thumb on the scale of the economic side in order to put pressure on the news side. Right. Yeah. And maybe I'm not, am I stating your position correctly?
Yeah.
I think this is we have always talked about how, democracy, the free press, like the actual free press being like an actual free nature, which is why like the free press, as Barry Weiss has named it, was actually quite expensive. It was paid for far above market value because Larry Ellison was purchasing the president's buy-in on his merger and using Barry Weiss as the shield by which he did that to say, look, now we've got this person who's going to be far less hostile to us than the regular media. Okay. A democracy cannot thrive or even maybe survive in a situation where the president approves every merger that of corporate media that then influences the news coverage of them. And it is absolutely impacting the news coverage. And this is why he wants CNN. And I got to say, I think that this is an example of Republicans playing the long game in a way that Democrats seem to be like totally not paying attention to. Whenever somebody asks me the question, what keeps you up at night? I'm like, this is what keeps me up at night. The fact that there is a wholesale consolidation of corporate media, and that includes the social media networks, the big ones like TikTok, Facebook.
Right. TikTok going to belong to the Ellisons.
That's right, guys. All
Jared
of Trump's
Kushner becoming
friends,
a partner in the
all of Trump's friends and family are buying the media apparatus. It's Elon Musk owning X. Mm-hmm. It is the whole thing. I don't think people are alarmed enough that the entire communications apparatus is about to be owned by Trump and his pals, with the exception of MS Now, I guess. But like that's not enough, guys. And even there, they've decoupled it from the network so that that makes it harder for. Yeah, it makes it more vulnerable. It doesn't have the big imprimatur of NBC now, not to mention its reporting and everything else. And so this is number one. This is why independent media has to be the future. But I also just don't understand why the billionaires in the Democratic Party, you guys have your own billionaires, big ones. Stop running for president and go buy some media companies.
Yes.
Like Steyer and there's so many billionaires. Either buy or build new stuff.
Or endow it, like ProPublica, right? Yeah. ProPublica is a nonprofit. It's a great model. That has worked really well. It's all pretty bad, I think, because, and here's, I sort of mentioned this yesterday. Whenever you look, and it's primarily through Europe, but sometimes South America, wherever authoritarian attempts have been turned back and rewound, it has been in part because there's like a dissident media. Mm-hmm. And which again, it just sounds weird and hippie-ish, like, but it's true. And, I feel like we are going to play a part in this, but the thing is, it's hard for the corporate media to go back, right? Like once you've been compromised, it's hard to uncompromise that. Yeah. You can't unfuck that situation.
Sorry, this is okay? Me trying to move.
Yeah. So just hold very still. Hold very still. So I don't know. I thought that was all quite worrisome, and I don't like it. I do have one question though for our true conservative friends. Mm-hmm. Who believe in limited government and true conservative, not this thing that's masquerading as conservatism, which is not conservatism anymore, but real, true conservative. They believe in free markets. And do they think it's proper for the president of the United States to be openly campaigning for who he thinks should own certain private corporations? Would that be communism?
This is where, yes, please keep going.
I'm just asking questions.
I love Scott Jennings has been on a stupid book tour, and as part of his book tour, he craps on us, and he specifically kind of he gets into it with Tim. There's been some back and forth there, and his whole thing, God, I love this, is Trump's just a normal Republican. Yeah, little unorthodox on the tariffs, but we are the ones who have changed because Trump is so normal. And I'm like, it's funny to me how he tries to reframe what it is that Republicans stand for. He's like, look, he's just doing normal Republican things. He's cutting red tape and he's doing tax cuts. And I'm like, hey, buddy, how about the part where he is, as the president of the United States is blocking deals, is threatening to withhold. This is the Heritage Action thing. Did you see this Heritage Action thing?
On Indiana?
On Indiana, where they...
Good luck paving your roads, Indiana.
The extent to which they are, I mean, we've always talked about them as mob bosses because they've always been acting like this. It's not quite new, but it's so brazen now. And actually it backfired in Indiana, which is nice. The signs of like a little bit of life from some of these local folks who
Mike
say...
Pence, great American hero again.
I do think he was really whipping them to oppose it.
I cannot believe that this would have happened without Pence at least providing moral support. I mean, he's a former governor.
I think that's right. I bet they were calling him.
Somebody must have called Mike Pence and been like, what do you think we should do? And I can't imagine he would have said anything other than, well, you should do whatever you think is in the best interests of Indiana. And you should put aside whatever threats the president is making against you because your job is to govern. Right? I mean, that's the least that I think he would have said. And he probably said a great deal more than that.
Yeah, what if he said, screw this guy, tell him to go pound sand? Because the vote wasn't even close.
Yeah.
But anyway, the extent to which Trump is playing, using these hardball tactics out in the open to try to intimidate people. We are not just never Trump because we're like, well, he doesn't have the foreign policy that we like. This is like the great lie. The great lie is like, well, those neocons just don't like it. Are you kidding me? This guy, if we were the warmongers people think we are, we'd be like, oh, look at him seizing random oil tankers from Venezuela and bombing.
Oh, yeah.
That's not us, guys. No, we're like, he's not doing the stuff that I know. But the constitutional stuff is the stuff where Scott Jennings and this
he's taking ownership stakes in Intel. Is that conservatism? Is that true conservatism? Having the government take ownership stakes in things?
Is it American? Is it everything that you have been against your entire career?
Is the president of the United States coming out and saying who he thinks Facebook should hire for its government relations office? Like getting involved in private corporations, HR matters. Is that true conservatism? Is that laissez-faire capitalism? Very hard for me to parse.
None of this is capitalism. What is happening? It is a total kleptocracy.
Well, right. Sure.
Tell me how this is capitalism.
Because this is the end state of capitalism.
No.
If left to its own devices, capitalism.
No, this is the corruption of capitalism, not the end state, the corruption of it.
Capitalism can. Look, this is why.
Everything can be corrupted.
I'm with you on capitalism. But this is where you and I differ is like, I feel like in order to prevent this stuff, capitalism needs to be regulated with a little bit of a heavier hand. Because otherwise you wind up here. I think that's our difference.
Well,
that's all.
Okay. Well, the regulation like we don't have state-owned, we don't have the state seizing the means.
Yeah, I think more antitrust stuff. No state seizing the means. More.
I'm pro more antitrust stuff.
More competition.
Right, more competition.
Yeah. Okay. I promised that we could talk about candy and we could talk about Donald Trump and his. So you just give me a little tease here, and then we'll drop the curtain.
So there is a lot of current speculation over the bruising of Trump's hands. He's had this MRI thing. And I watched him give his speech in Pennsylvania about how you can only have one doll and two pencils. Mm. He's like, the way he sounds, he's like I'm just like, there's nothing like a groggy billionaire being like, I think you should only have one doll and two pencils, and I like that. He sounds like he might not make it that much longer. And I have been, Tim was always kind of, what does he talk about? The magic, like the cheeseburger or something?
Cheeseburger from heaven.
And I, that's where I always say, no, this is not, I'm just now. I'm not wishing for anything. I'm not overstating.
Analyzing. Just analyzing.
But this like thing that he's done, where he keeps coming out saying, "I took 3 dementia tests and I aced them," and I would like to pose this: dementia is not the bar. Dementia, like the clinical diagnosis of dementia, should not be the bar. And it's a little bit like, I can sort of hear our listeners in my head saying, how is it possible that they could see Joe Biden and talk about his age incessantly and not talk about Donald Trump's age? And I agree that we should talk about Donald Trump's age a lot more than we are, because, and I don't know if it's that people are comforted actually by the idea that he's maybe old and infirm because it's less, if he feels less threatening then. But I do think that we should, and I would like to on the back half of this, talk about Trump's age and what it means for the next 3 years.
We do have 3 more years coming. All right, we'll do that on the other side. Guys, just come join. Just do it.
Yeah, for Christmas.
Treat yourself.
For the holidays.
Treat yourself. No, we can say Christmas again, Sarah.
Yeah, thanks, Donald Trump.
Come join with us over at Bulwark Plus. We want to have you with us.